So guys, I want to be completely transparent, and for the record, I didn't want to bring this up, but he's going to make a ton of noise in the background. I know you can hear him. So due to Ichigo's passing, we had to get a little brother for Riley because he actually ended up getting very, very lonely. Meet Buttermilk. He's right here. I'm going to take him away, but I do want to let you guys know if you hear me changing of review style or the sound of my voice is different, it's because I'm concerned about him as he's been getting in all the little spaces. So I want to talk about that. First and foremost, say hi, Buttermilk. Nope, straight to the camera, straight to the camera. There he is. So I'm going to let him down now, and I'm going to start the video. I'll see you guys in a sec. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the G.I. Joe Classified series, Ralph Baducci, a.k.a. my boy, Nunchuk. Why? Because he uses nunchucks. Very simple thing. So, it's crazy because Nunchuk was introduced during the Ninja Force arc. This is issue no, his first appearance was issue 117. But he's seen with Ninja Force in issue 135. Snake Eyes and the Ninja Force. And this is plot for Scarlet to join Cobra, be a double agent. And Snake Eyes wasn't having it. So him and the Ninja Force fought a bunch of night creepers. It was pretty cool. But I had this guy as a toy. And he's introduced during that era where G.I. Joe is pretty much close to ending, whether people knew it or not. And it's just wild because I was a fan of Nunchuk. It wasn't just the green camo, it was the fact that he had two big katanas and nunchucks. It was a cool ninja guy, especially considering I didn't have the original cool version of Snake Eyes. There was 87 other versions out at this time. So with this guy, we have our modernized version of Nunchuk. We have our do-rag with the flap out. It's very important that we talk about that because my man has a bandana wrap over his do-rag. He is a Sultan of Swami. And what's really cool about Nunchuk is, in my headcanon, even though his name is Ralph Baducci, he is definitely high key Spanish. And do-rag with the flap out is very important. This is real Brooklyn energy. I'm gonna be a ninja, but I'm still gonna wear my do-rag. So I love everything about this. The flowy part of it is probably the one that's gonna upset people, but it does give you the range and mobility, with the exception of coming over to your left side because of that plastic. But you can kind of just still use it to go over to the side. Doesn't have to be a crazy issue, right? But you lose a little bit of mobility moving over to his left. Now, as far as our shoulder pads, these are molded in. At first, I thought it was going to be a big hindrance, but it happens to be a minor one. And I know some people can't overlook this, but by lifting up on our shoulder blades, we can still get our T-pose, right? Even rotating our arm, it's no problem. We still have a beautiful double joint. As you can see here, we can actually just rotate that up a little further. We still have our butterfly joints. And because the plastic is soft enough, you could just move those back, right? So that means we won't be hindered in too many ways. All you have to do is just move your shoulder pads up and you'll get the better mobility. Our gauntlets don't swivel. I would have loved that if they would have put that on a joint where it swivels. We have our belt, which fits a little loose, but it's not too much of an issue. As you can see, our ab crunch going forward is really deep. We have our reverse crunch, which is back-bringingly special. We have those drop-down hips. Mines are very, very tight, so I'm going to be careful to try to warm those up to fix that. We can hit that 90-degree angle. We have our thigh swivel. We have our double joint. We have our boot swivel and our generous articulation. So that means basically we are on a Storm Shadow body or Kamakura body. So you can still get all your ninja moves. And now with the do-rag special. I left my nunchucks in, so I'll get to that for the accessories, but I left my nunchucks in. But as we lift our arm up, see how it's going to be the do-rag in a way? But once you lift up, you can actually just get that arm up. It won't be a problem. So we're going to get our do-rag with the flap out special. And as you can see here, your nunchuck will get all the moves. As you can see here. So that means all the ninja moves you saw me get before, you'll still be able to hit it here with a nunchuck. Same for when you want to reverse it, get those poses up. So let's say you want to get a nice, crouching tiger, hidden dragon vibe out of your guy. Oop, almost parted my dio. Here we are, looking really cool. We do have, and I forgot to mention this, we still have our movement here. For some reason, it is tighter though. I'm not sure why that is. I'm going to try to loosen mine up so we can get a little bit of extra mobility out of that. I'm not sure why mine is extra tight on this one. So yeah, I really, well, I'm a Ninja Force bias guy, so this may just be for me, and maybe for no one else. But with that being said, I'm going to take a second to jump into accessories, talk about our nunchucks. I'm going to leave one back there to show you how to holster it, and I'm going to take one out so you can see it. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, we're going to focus on our accessories. I know earlier you saw me took off the back of his bandana. That's because technically it counts as an accessory, right? We have the back piece of our bandana for the do-rag with our flap out. And if you haven't heard that song before, look up Dormtainment, do-rag with the flap out. I promise you that if you enjoy comedy skits from the early 2000s, you'll definitely much enjoy that skit. Thank me later, right? So we have our posable flap out. We're going to put it out in the wind, make it look really good, right? There we go. Again, I'm a Ninja Force guy, so I'm biased. Here we are with our two swords, updated for some nice paint. I remember before the original ones came in all black. We have a nice green sash cloth over it. We have our hilt looking like a... This looks like a... I forgot the name of this hilt. But you can reverse grip it. So I'm going to reverse grip the sword so they look cool going in. Right? And they do holster pretty well. They hold up right there. Looking pretty cool. And then, ooh, you can stand. It's my dial. Stop that. We have our short-handed knife to go in our holster from our chest. The holster, I like this holster, but I do not enjoy how the knife sits in it. I feel like it does not sit in it well, as it sits a little too high. So that's not something that I'm here for. I'm probably going to use a different knife. Probably one from my Cobra Valkyries. Next up, we are going to go with our claws. I like that this was a nice inclusion of the claws. Definitely a cool new modern weapon to use. Because I don't believe he had these before. Or he did. I can't remember. I probably lost them as a child right away. Here we are with our claws. I really thought about whether or not these should be painted. And I thought about it. If a guy named Nunchuk is using ninja weapons and he's supposed to be on Ninja Force, if we're going for optimum stealth, he'd probably have them painted in black. Right? Because you can... Bladed weapons look really cool in black. And they're harder to see because they would reflect light. So he probably would. But that's just my imagination using that. Don't take my word for, like, life. And last but not least, we have our nunchucks. These are plastic nunchucks. So, obviously, they're pre-made, pre-molded. They're unpainted. They're to match our, like, runner cutout from the classic 80s style. Right? And you can store them on the backhand side. As you can see, I've stored them like this. On the back of my nunchuk. Nunchuk. And you can probably do it the other way, but I don't like it that way. So I've done it this way, where I just sort of push through and align it. And because of the sword is in the way, I probably can't do it. But I'm going to try anyway, because that's just the type of person that I am. And I can't get it through right now, but I'm going to remove the sword and add it in later. Oh, no, got it through. So with Nunchuk and our Nunchuk, we look really good as we pose up. High 10 stance. Oh, yeah. And I forgot to mention that our hands are both on vertical pegs, not on horizontal ones. And I do want to add that the right hand has two fingers tucked in like ninja style, while the left one has normal trigger hand. So you can still handle the gun-like weapons with both, but this one handles a little bit different with those hands like that. So just be aware. Now, back to focus. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some other ninjas that came out, like Kamakura, Snake Eyes, and Storm Shadow. I'm going to put them in comparison with a bunch of other stuff, and we'll see how it turns out size-wise. So, I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, now we're going to jump into the size comparison. Now, one thing before we start, I do want to talk about that I will be using other nunchucks, as well as the Hasbro nunchucks in my video. I chose to use my NECA Michelangelo movie nunchucks. Let me see. So yeah, I'm probably going to use these nunchucks, or my SHF Bruce Lee nunchucks, as well as my 3-pointed staff from my Iron Fist. I feel like these are good weapons to use for it because it'll make the photos look like really nice and pop. So I want to, and also about Snake Eyes. My choice of Snake Eyes is going to be the retro card one, because if you want to think about the Commando one or Ninja one, I'm going to use a Arashikage Ninja because it uses the same body. So let's get started. Speaking of, here is retro carded Snake Eyes with our main man Nunchuk. Here is an Arashikage Red Ninja, and that's why I chose it. So you can see what you're getting body mold wise. I think that these guys look good. Really, really good. All right, let's take those two guys away. Next, we have Kamakura and Storm Shadow. All right. Now, I didn't modify the height, but I gave them different gear. So they might look a little different, as here is Kamakura. And here is Storm Shadow. There's nothing modded to their bodies. It's just different paint job and different web gear. So here you have it. So we have a ninja squad out. Right. Hi, Riley. Riley's in the background, y'all. Next up, we have a Cobra officer using a Cobra trooper head. Just in case mine look different to you. There we go. I really like the way that looks. Next up, hi, Riley. Next up, we have a classified V2 Firefly. The reason why I call it V2 because it's the second version we've gotten from Classified. And not because it's the retro toy V2. For those of you who are going to try to clarify. Here we are with a Televiper. Then we have... Oh, who can I use next? Oh, now this Duke is modified using Outback lower legs and his web gear. Right? I really do like the size of this. And how he looks and feels. Next up, we're going to do a Valorverse rollout. There we go. Then we have a Marvel Legends Daredevil and a Mighty Morphin Remastered Black Ranger. Next up, we're going to do SHF Kamen Rider Tycoon from Kamen Rider Geats. I do want to have these two do a team up. I feel like it's only right. And as you can see, this guy's actually a little bit bigger, with our SHF actually upscaling a little bit now. Next, we have a Foosh Toys Solitaire. Right? Articulated Icons Ninja. Then we're going to do a Mafex Spider-Man. I gotta fix his legs, y'all. He was in a web swing pose. So as you can see here, let's get those feet flat. Then we will do a Mythic Legion. I think that about rounds us out. As you see, our Mythic Legion is a tall, big boy. But yeah, I am a Nunchuk guy. Like, I loved him in Ninja Force, even though he didn't really do too much. But I had the toy as a kid, so it was just something that really rang out to me. Especially when you couldn't get a Snake Eyes back then. But yeah, I'm really happy to review anything Ninja Force, Night Force, or like Python Patrol and Tiger Force. That was the stuff that I had as a kid, so I'm here for it. I'm 100% here for the wacky colors, ninjas, and the military force. It doesn't make sense, but I love every moment of it. But here's to you guys watching, and thank you so much. Shout out to everybody that's been referring people to my page. There's been a bunch of new people, and more importantly, I'm ever so closer to 100K, so I do want to give out a special thank you, as always. I acknowledge what it is, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you for watching. You guys put me on the map, and the least I can do is continue to put out really good photography, because my reviews are still like, I'm working on it. But I'm not a video guy. But you asked me to play with a toy, I got you. So, as always, thank you so very much. So please, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.